On February 28th, I started Abel Tasman coast trek, and I just decided the day before when I arrived to the campground there that I'm going to walk for 3 days and spend 2 nights in two campgrounds and take the boat back. So I'm not going all the way, because in that case I have to take the bus back. And so I walked to the last boat station. Because I had limited time for this trek. I was really happy that I figured things out, and I booked bag job so I don't have to carry too much on this trek. I just wanted to enjoy the beautiful weather and the beach. This is my tent set up for the first night. After setting up the tent, I went on the beach by myself, and it was low tide, and it looks really beautiful. And I decided to go for a swim, and I did. I was really lucky that I had good weather for the whole time until the day I left. And the water was pretty warm and the sand was so soft. And this trek is really different from the other ones. I feel like I was on a vacation instead of doing backpacking trip. This is the second morning after packing up the tent and then dropped the bag at the beach. I left with just a backpack and checking out the beach. It was a really peaceful morning. I had muesli for breakfast, and I remember the day before, the weka, the birds in the campground, stole my food. They got into my tent and got into my backpack and did the zipper and broke the bag and stole the food from there and some nuts and other things. And this morning I didn't catch the low tide track, which would take 30 minutes only. Instead, I am going to take the Torrent Bay high tide track, 5.4 1 hour and 50 minutes. I didn't regret it at all because I was able to swim in a couple spots and I really loved it. On this track, I didn't miss any opportunity to go for a swim, either in the fresh water or at a beach in the sea. I was really happy I did that. It was the best experience on this track. The water was so refreshing, and it was a very nice way to take a break on a walk. And I see many people were doing that as well. I think by this time, my cold was getting better. I think I was coughing less and feeling just much better than the previous few days. Abel Tasman track is a lot easier in the first 2 days, and a lot of people would go for a day hike for the first day. So on the first day, I saw a lot of people on the track, and there are so many campgrounds along the way, so you can basically camp like anywhere. And this is another swimming pool. I really didn't miss anything, and I was glad I took the detour and enjoy all the swimming pools along the way. Because of that, I arrived to the campground a little bit later, but wasn't too late. It's just all the waterfront campsites were taken by the people who got there earlier. Some of them apparently took the low tide, which they had to wake up pretty early in the morning and take the low tide track. And I got here and I saw the Japanese girl that I saw the night before at the same campground, and she already got there with the camouflage tent. And I asked her nicely if I can share the site with her, so we will be able to stay at the waterfront. She was really nice, and she said yes, and she even helped me set up the tent there, and we went for a swim and just stay on the beach for a while, and then we went for a shower at the campground, and then had dinner together, and then it was sunset. It was really, really beautiful. I think this is the second morning, and I got up pretty early and got muesli cooked, and I was just eating muesli on the beach. I learned to really enjoy muesli in New Zealand. I think it was something new for me, but apparently it was just oatmeal with dry fruits and nuts, but they kind of mix them together, and you don't have to boil them, but I always did. And this is my last day on the track, and I think that day was pretty hard. There was a lot of incline, and here was me and the Japanese girl Aya taking a break. And she's really, really fit. She is 26 years old at the time and working as a climbing coach. We actually became good friends on this track, and we stopped here and went for a swim. I think this is the best beach along the way. The water was very warm and clear, and the sand was soft, and it was just the perfect place. And there weren't a lot of people because you have to walk here or take the boat here. Yeah, we actually talked a lot, me and Aya, on the way, and I'm really glad that I asked her and we shared this amazing walk together. And at the end of the day, we had pizza together. And she still has 2 more days to walk. So after this, she will be walking to her campsite. And yeah, we ended up having a very good time here, also waiting for the boat. I didn't really want to leave, but I really didn't have enough time to finish the whole hike and taking the bus back because I have another route burn track booked, and I need to drive to the south. I'm so glad I took the 3 days I had to hike the Abel Tasman track. I was also very happy to have met Aya. She inspired me to do the things I want to do even when I'm afraid. I always had a good experience when I can meet somebody I like and share a journey together. I have learned a lot from her. She is very brave, confident, full of energy, and always ready to challenge herself. I think overall I enjoyed this 3-day trip a lot. The water taxi took us back very quickly, and I got back at a decent time, and I booked the same campsite for another night, and I cooked some supper and got ready for the second day. And I think I had some lentils and some rice noodles, and I was very tired. I think when I got back, the store at the campground was not closed. With a little bit time left, I bought some postcards and quickly wrote and mailed to my friends in Japan, in Canada, I think Australia, and I was really happy I did that. And I have one night left in that campground, and the second day I would be heading off and driving for 4 hours to Underworld Adventure, which I wasn't able to do on the way here.